Then let's begin and welcome our first warrior to the cage. This man is a fighter coming to you from the Philippines. Please put your hands together for Serg Jayson.
All right, and here we go. It is first bout of the night here for Brave for Unstoppable. The bantamweight 25-year-old Serg Jayson fighting out of the Philippines, but now based in Qatar. This is a guy with an impressive amateur record, Soto.
Hey, what's happening there, Cyrus? That's correct. Serg is coming in with a really impressive amateur record, like you said.
Undefeated
record. I was talking to his coach earlier in the weigh-ins this week, and he was telling me he has a 19-0 amateur record.
That's insane.
That's very impressive, exactly.
No, this guy is out there fighting on a regular basis, but now finally making his pro debut, and what an opportunity to make that pro debut right here at Brave Combat Federation. That's one of the best places to get that pro experience. Amazing.
Yeah, it's absolutely great experience. Great opportunity for this young athlete to come in here. Normally he's living in Qatar. There's really not a lot of MMA promotions in the region. So it's a great platform for Serg to come in here, represent his country, and also kind of provide kind of a little bit of a local hero here.
Well, that's kind of what our motto is about, is giving these fighters a platform. And this man, Serg Jayson, is getting just that. Let's get our next competitor inside the cage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and let's welcome his opponent to the cage from Abu Dhabi, UAE, by way of Brazil, Rafael "Batman" Souza.
And here he comes. It is Rafael Souza, 33 years old with a record of 2-1, fighting out of Brazil. This guy very, very talented, and I think what the big number is there is it's been a couple years since he's actually competed, so it's going to be very interesting to see how he does in this contest. And he's actually originally from Brazil, but now right here in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, he flew in this week for this fight, and he's actually going to stay here and become a coach here for one of the local gyms.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
One of the things to note, though, he did miss weight, so we'd have to figure out how we're going to deal with that in this fight.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if that makes any difference here. But as you can tell, I mean, you've already seen Serg Jayson. Now you take a look at Rafael Souza, and there is a huge height difference and reach difference in this fight. That's going to make a huge difference in the fight, to be honest.
Well, if you're looking at the screen here, his record's 22-1. It's clearly a typo. He's coming in with a 2-win, 1-loss record. You're right. He's definitely the more experienced fighter coming into this bout, but really, they're still, both of these fighters are very young.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Really excited to kick things off here with Brave for Unstoppable as the Brazilian takes on the Filipino fighter to kick things off here in Abu Dhabi, the iPick Arena. And folks, let's get our official introductions with Carlos Kramer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your first bout of the evening. It is 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Let's introduce our first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man is a mixed martial artist making his MMA debut. He stands 160 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.6 kilograms. Representing Qatar MMA and fighting out of Doha, Qatar, by way of the Philippines. Please welcome Serg Jayson. And let's welcome his opponent. Fighting out of the red corner, this man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 2 wins and no losses and 1 draw. He stands 178 centimeters tall and weighs in at a ready 61 kilograms. Representing Cobra Fitness and fighting out of Abu Dhabi, UAE, by way of Brazil. Give it up for Rafael "Batman" Souza. Your referee is Fabricio Montero.
And here we go, Fabricio Montero, your official in this one. 3 rounds of action in the bantamweight division. In the red, it is going to be Serg Jayson, and in the black, it will be Rafael Souza.
Yeah, Serg is looking, he looks like the bigger fighter in this.
Much larger fighter. He has a huge reach advantage. If he can use that during the fight, that can make a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, it'll be interesting. We don't know very much about these fighters, so both fighters actually look pretty relaxed into, putting up here on the big stage.
Yeah, anytime you get fighters that are really early in their career or making that pro debut, you're basically seeing them kind of blossom right in front of your eyes, and we're going to see how these guys handle the big stage of Brave Combat Federation.
So looks like Serg is trying to a little bit of feintings and stuff. He's using a little bit of feinting.
Almost throwing a little bit of the old windmill punch there on that, with that right hand. He's got some great footwork.
Yeah, he's looking like he's going to go for that big overhand right now.
Maybe tough to deal with now. Just keep in mind the ground game and the submission skills of Rafael Souza, very, very impressive. There's a reason why he is making the move all the way over here to Abu Dhabi to teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This guy is very accomplished on the ground.
Yeah, so, both of these fighters probably didn't see very much on video on these guys, so they're starting to kind of feel each other out. They don't know what to expect from each other. So that's probably why you'll see in a little bit of this, feeling action here right now.
Bantamweight division kicking things off here at Brave 4 Unstoppable. Finally, we get to Abu Dhabi. All the hype is real. We have an incredible card here, and I know everybody here at Brave Combat Federation very proud to be here in Abu Dhabi. A place where grappling and jiu-jitsu and just everything is based right out of this area. And there's so much rich history here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm actually surprised here. I was expecting Rafael Souza to really throw in a combination and try to take this fight to the ground, but he seems to be comfortable on his feet. So maybe he's got a few surprises.
Well, a little weary of the power, I think, of Serg Jayson. There's a reason why he is 19-0, and he's finished most of his opponents by TKO. The guy has very, very heavy hands, and I think Rafael Souza is just being a little careful about that. He throws that low kick, inside low kick on Serg Jayson.
Yeah, Serg needs to really kind of start really moving those hands and start to get some points in. Both fighters are kind of just looking at each other, a little filling out process, just taking a little bit too long here. Nice, and he'll throw a little jab right there.
They're certainly taking their time here to kick things off, and we are halfway through the first round of this 3-round battle between the bantamweights, and a nice left-hand jab.
That was a good left hook. That was and a nice follow-up by Serg with a nice straight right hand.
Very, very interesting. These two just testing each other and just trying to establish that range. And, the thing is that Serg Jayson is going to have to take a few shots if he's going to want to get inside the range of Rafael Souza, and he hasn't been willing to really commit yet.
You can kind of tell the amateur experience here kind of paying off because he's not rushing into anything. He's feeling out, getting his timing, getting his range in there. He's already felt his power, and then he already connected with that right hand. So, we'll see what he's collected over this period.
The really interesting thing about it is we have seen over the last 3 events, Brave 1 through 3, how tough these Filipino fighters are. Man, now he's not at a Team Lakay, but all those guys with Team Lakay have really, really impressed us. You'll see Jomar Pak a little bit later on tonight. That being said, they are just hard-nosed dudes. They can get in there and go all 3 rounds if you need them to.
Yeah, it looks like the action here has really picked up right here. Looks like a little bit of desperation here from Rafael. Yeah, it looks like the Filipino fighters are absolutely it's in their blood. They get out there and they perform and they put up one hell of a fight.
Well, there's been a big investment with the Filipino fighters here for Brave Combat Federation, more than any other promotion outside of right there in Southeast Asia where they're based. And I think that's fantastic that we're giving them that opportunity. And we talked about it before. The whole motto for Brave is to give these guys a platform. And I think something interesting that you brought up is these guys are fighting for literally nothing sometimes in the Philippines, a few $100s, and they get to come here to Brave, be under a big spotlight, be seen in 48 countries, and really put their talents on display.
Yeah, it's really providing an opportunity and a great platform, like you said, for these guys to get out there, show what they have, and let them know that, hey, the Philippine fighters are here.
Yeah, 100%. And now Rafael Souza there jumping in there, going for a big strike, and Now he's starting to get a bit more aggressive with Serg Jayson. He's starting to push the pace. A nice push kick to the body.
Yeah, he's trying to finish the round on the high note.
And there we go. Round 1 is complete in this one. 1 is in the books with this bantamweight matchup. As action really started to pick up there on that last minute. And I think going into round 2, we're going to see a much more entertaining fight.
Yeah, I think so too. I think these guys are, yeah, it's going to be a hard one to kind of judge.
Yeah, of course. There wasn't a whole lot of action. You're right.
Yeah, a lot of feeling out, you know. Serg kind of connected with that right hand, and then
Rafael Souza, he kind of took control. He was taking the center of the cage, that sort of thing, pushing forward. So you're going to get the score for that. So you're right. I mean, that's why we have these esteemed judges, so they can make that determination. But I agree with you. I wouldn't want to try to judge that round. Well, we talked about it. Another big Filipino fight that's going to be on here a little bit later is Atif Muhammad, of course, fighting out of Bahrain, taking on the very, very tough Jomar Pak, a guy that has already won fight of the night before. That's something to look forward to a little bit later in the card.
That's our straw weight division here in Brave, and man, that's an exciting fight because that's going to be fast-paced.
100%. And here we go. The break is over. Round number 2 of our opening matchup of Brave 4 Unstoppable in the red. Once again, that is Serg Jayson. In the black, it's Rafael Souza.
Serg looks like he's getting a little bit sweaty in there, and Rafael looks very dry. Maybe he's in a little bit better shape.
You know, Serg Jayson is just kind of happy to sit back there and do a little bit of counterpunching as well, and Rafael Souza has definitely gotten a little bit more aggressive from the beginning of round 1. Getting more confident against the Filipino fighter.
Yeah, Serg needs to kind of step in and commit to his punches. He's just kind of just throwing it out there, not really doing any damage, not collecting any points. He really needs to move those feet and come forward.
That time ticks away awful quick, and before you know it, you got to get into desperation mode, and you have to get a knockout or you have to get the finish. And Serg Jayson's kind of in that territory right now with just a minute into round number 2. He has to start really making some movements.
Yeah, he's starting to move now. Finally, he's starting to kind of throw some punches there where he's wanting to commit. But then again, you know, when you have an extensive record with the amateurs, you know, you learn some, oh, there's a good knee there from Rafael.
Finally closing the distance there as he tried to get the overhook, and quickly Serg Jayson gets out of any trouble.
That was a great one, yes. And you know, it's great to see now Brazil against the Philippines. Maybe Serg.
Oh, and he threw that big head kick, and it was just blocked by Serg Jayson. Rafael Souza is getting really comfortable, and that could be dangerous.
He's starting to open up. That's right. He's throwing in those punches, and it looks like maybe Serg got his toe stuck in the cage there during that exchange.
Serg Jayson is just not willing yet to get inside that range and take a few shots to deliver some offense of his own. And it could be a very, very bad thing for him in the long haul of this fight.
Yeah, Serg needs to start picking it up and start making some connections here, because really, ultimately, you know, it's a fight. You know, you gotta get in there, you gotta make some shots here, and you gotta go for it. He's kind of letting this opportunity just kind of slip by.
Absolutely. Rafael Souza once again moving forward. A man that is, like we said before, going to be making his home here in Abu Dhabi. And been a number of great Brazilian fighters and jiu-jitsu masters that have come here to Abu Dhabi, are great teachers now, have developed teams, and have become a part of this culture. And
nice.
That's something that Souza's doing.
Good. Now, there we go. He's throwing in some nice inside leg kicks. Those can be effective later in the round and later in the fight.
The interesting thing about Serg Jayson is he does have great footwork. He has great movement, but he's not using any sort of offense right now. I think he's waiting to counterpunch, and Serg Jayson's going to have to get on his horse here.
Yeah, Rafael's getting more confident as this fight is going on. See how he's just kind of throwing those punches now, kind of committing to it a lot more. He just needs to set them up a little bit better.
Changing levels of Serg Jayson, doing a great job of avoiding any sort of contact as Jayson, but there has to be some sort of offense involved, and we're just not seeing it out of the Filipino fighter.
Yeah, he absolutely he needs to throw in there, get in there, maybe attempt to go for a takedown, make him worry about it a little bit, so he starts seeing different holes now. was a nice stiff jab from Rafael.
Rafael Souza looking pretty good here in rounds 1 and 2. Making it his fight, and that was a great shot to the body, to the ribs. That kick from Rafael Souza.
That's a good attempt there. He was trying to counter there. Serg wants Rafael to commit again. Watch out for that counter punch coming in.
Less than a minute left here in round number 2 in our opening bout in the bantamweight division. He feinted a Superman punch, but it has been all Rafael Souza here in round number 2. It's not even a debate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Rafael is coming in, making a little bit more connections, being a little bit more active, committing a little bit more, and causing a little bit more damage. Oh, now they're going at it.
Now we're starting to see a fight here as you see that left hook from Jayson and a nice answer from Souza. And here comes Souza again with a shot to the body, and he is moving forward, closing distance quickly.
There's a takedown from the Filipino fighter.
Wow,
and good setup.
Couldn't quite, though, deliver that full takedown, though. And there we go. Round 2 is in the books, and that was a very, very entertaining round. And Rafael Souza starting to pick things up here, starting to pick apart Serg Jayson. Serg Jayson's going to have to show us something in our third and final round, and I think he's going to have to get a stoppage if he wants to win the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Serg wants to win. He needs to really finish the fight right here in this third round. That was an interesting bell, though, at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Who needs an air horn when you got the low? He can make that happen for you, brother.
And if it's real love, then you make sacrifices.
You see the corner of Rafael Souza talking it through. And this fight is going to come down to the third and final round. Who wants it more? Who's going to show us something? Is Serg Jayson ready to kind of throw everything at Rafael Souza, really show his power? We know that he has the power. Is he willing to just let him go? As I would say, let those hands go on Rafael Souza.
That's right. If I was in Serg's corner, I'd tell him, okay, this is it. This is it. If we want to win this fight, we have to come out there. You gotta be aggressive in this round and finish this fight. Rafael Souza here, we're gonna see either he's gonna start to kind of avoid the contacting for this third round and kind of try to cruise all the way in, or is he gonna be the fighter that's gonna try to finish the fight?
No doubt. The referee, Fabricio Montero, wiping down the fighters, both of them a little wet with perspiration here, and here we go. It is time to go to war, third and final round here. Our opening bout of Brave 4 Unstoppable between Serg Jayson and Rafael Souza.
Let's see what Serg does. Is he going to commit? It's
quickly looking for a takedown there.
Good right hand. Nice.
Oh, right hand!
Oh, and he ate up an up kick.
Whoa, that up kick came out of nowhere and now right into a triangle. But quickly, Serg Jayson gets up there and throws some hammer fists. Oh, how quickly things can change in this sport.
That's exactly what we expected him to do.
Well, that's what we hoped he would do, and he delivered. Serg Jayson.
He still looks wobbly.
Oh, another big right hand. Rafael Souza is on rubber legs.
Rafael Souza, though, has the advantage on the ground.
Yes, he does. Serg Jayson quickly, though, separating, looking for another big overhand right. I'm telling you, we talked about the power of Serg Jayson. Now we're seeing it.
There it is. And wow, it looks like Rafael doesn't want any of it. He wants to take it to the ground. He just realized that he has the advantage.
And he's chasing him down, Soto. Here he goes.
Another good takedown from the Filipino.
He knows that he has to finish the fight, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. Serg Jayson trying to put away Rafael Souza. Souza just tying him up.
Oh, he's throwing in some elbows in there. He's trying to mount Rafael with that experienced ground game. Wow.
Take a look at the open mouth, though. You could see that Serg Jayson used a lot of that energy in that first minute.
Serg is getting back up, though. And he falls right back down. Right into side control. Rafael is very experienced.
This is what it's coming down to. We talked about it before, striker versus grappler, and And now you're seeing Rafael Souza at his best, just trapping Serg Jayson and not letting him go anywhere. Those punches are not landing.
And this is something that you see from inexperienced fighters. You know, they connect and they get too aggressive and they end up on the bottom and really helping out his opponent. So, I mean, this is a really good learning experience for him, but hey, you know, this fight's not over yet.
Definitely not, as he's trying to tie him up and maybe get some inactivity and maybe getting Fabricio Montero, the official, to stand him up.
Yeah.
We are near the halfway point of round number 3. Rafael Souza trying to put a bow on this one and take home the win.
Yeah, now he's just staying on top. He's recovering. Rafael is just doing really good, just like putting his head up against the fence, making him not move, not giving him any space to move. I don't expect Serg to really be able to.
He has to tie those arms up. I mean, if he can't tie those arms up, he won't get the stand up, and he's going to be there on his back for the next 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah. There he goes. He's wrapping up those hands, trying to hoping that the ref is going to stand this up.
Fabricio Montero watching closely, our official. And now things have really stopped. If there was ever going to be a stand-up, it would be right now. But it doesn't look like our official is. Oh, and he is.
Yes,
there we
right.
go. There's a good move by Fabricio Montero. And now 2 minutes to go, a little bit less.
Serg looks tired, though. He's taking a big breath.
He's going to need a surge of energy.
Yeah. He's going to need to finish this fight is what he's going to need.
Ooh, nice shot to the body. He switches up levels. Rafael Souza with some nice kicks. Big, long legs.
Man, so these Brazilians that are coming out here.
It's all about the 1-2 here. It's all about that overhand right for Serg Jayson. That is his weapon. That was actually a nice
miss. Just barely missed that knee. He almost ate the entire knee on that one.
It's almost like he telegraphed it a little bit, and Serg Jayson saw that and kind of got in the right position. But now he's getting tied up with a great
rubber guard.
grappler.
Good punches there from the top position.
He's going to be very, very tough to finish from there.
Wow, Serg able to nice and turn. Now he's, wow, look at him.
But a bad spot, because where do you finish from there?
He's going to try to go for that heel hook. We have 40 seconds left in this fight. You know, they're kind of slippery right now.
Absolutely, and in the scramble, you got to give. Whoa! That is an illegal shot to Serg Jayson.
That was an illegal shot. They should stop this fight right now and give this fighter a break. That is ridiculous.
That was a bad move by Fabricio Montero, and that's gonna be a problem at the end of this fight. I can already guarantee you that.
Serg doesn't care. He threw down after that.
Wow.
They're tired. 10 seconds left. Let's see what we have.
We'll have to queue up that replay after this and see if we can take a look at that, because that was insane, and that made a huge difference in the fight as well.
Absolutely.
So, time! And that is the end of round number 3. Third and final round is in the books, and there it is. We will go to the judges' scorecard, and one has to believe that it'll most likely be going to Rafael Souza, but they are going to have to look at that knee, because that knee was a problem.
Yeah, that was it just happens, you know. This is going to be an experience for Serg. I mean, he had him. He almost could have finished him, but as soon as he decided to go on the ground.
If he played that game in round number 2, and Serg Jayson come out with some aggressiveness in round number 2, I think he could have took this fight, but he laid back for 2 rounds. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. It took too long for him to get back in there, force him down, get some points in. You know, he didn't need much, clearly. You know, so it's gonna be a good learning experience for him. But you know, you never know with these judges.
No, you never do. Wow, what a way to kick things off here. Brave Combat Federation.
And again, another wonderful opportunity for both of these 2 young fighters to be fighting here on this big stage.
Well, folks, we will go to the decision in just a few moments. Hang with us, more to come. Brave Combat Federation. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Let's go to our official decision with Carlos Kramer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecard, and we have a unanimous decision. And your winner, fighting out of the red corner, Rafael Batman